I'm Emmalee, I'm 23, I'm a trainee, I'm a ex-CBMA graduate from the summer of 2018. I'm just going to talk to you guys today a little bit about my experience with screen skills, some tips I've picked up along the way which can be helpful to new trainees or even trainees that have been working for a while, and some tips and things to do whilst we're stuck inside. So yeah, I was on the 4-month course in the summer of 2018. It was incredible group of people, incredible tutors, just a great learning environment. It was so welcoming and homely, and there was no room to feel afraid of doing something. You're always pushed to be the best version of yourself, which was really, really amazing. We then went and did work experience on Chrissy's Aladdin, the pickups in that summer, which was literally the week after we graduated, so that was right in the deep end, and that was really cool because you can only learn so much at college. Your learning really starts when you walk onto a set for the first time, and the whole environment is so different from any job I've ever done, so adjusting to that is very important, and it's one of the first things you'll do when you leave, and adjusting to that it's very different. You'll get used to it. It's a lot of people but yeah, it was a really, really great experience to go from learning to being straight onto a set, to use all that knowledge and to help a massive production work, you know. It's really, really cool to be a part of that. So I found out about screen skills at the end of that year. Hadn't really heard much about it, just knew it was a sort of scheme that placed trainees in film and television jobs. Thought I'd apply, why not? Any bit that can help me get jobs would be great. Got a call back, had an interview and then got a place, and it runs from April till April. I got one job from them, I'll explain why later, and they also offer like side courses whilst you're also getting placed on jobs, like health and safety training and finance or freelance courses, which coincide with our job really well. So no matter what department you come from as a trainee, it's all very beneficial, which is stuff you obviously wouldn't learn per se on set about your finances. So it's been incredibly helpful. I got a 6 weeks placement in July. It was a BFI funded independent called Surge. It's just gone to Sundance, done really well. And yeah, that was the first time being like on a sort of like a main team with like main actors and things like that. So that was a great experience for me, where I've been doing like dailies and things before. Whilst I was on that job, I got a text from the lovely Nuria. I assisted her at CBMA the October prior, so the year I graduated, for a couple of days. She'd obviously remembered me. A friend of hers was looking for a trainee for a longish job. She put my name forward for it. She asked me if it was okay, and I was like, yeah, of course it's okay. Having people recommend you for stuff is a really great feeling. Knowing that you've left an impression in their mind and they've seen your work ethic and they think you'll work well in their team and with the people they're recommending you to, which is like really cool. Whether or not you get the job or not, it's like a really great feeling knowing that your passion evokes something in someone else, you know. Had a call with my supervisor, got the job after being on the phone for an hour, and then worked on it for 8 months. And I've just finished on The Crown, the 4th season, which was doing the crowd, which was incredible. It was intense. There's a lot going on. We went abroad and then we shot a lot back here, up and down the country. It's a lot. This job will stretch you to your ultimate limits, but it is the most unique and most fun job in the world. We have such a cool opportunity to be able to do what we do, take full advantage of it. So this goes into like things I've learned along the way, a lot of tips I've learned from that job. It being such a scale, you know, it's high-end television, which was different from any filmy bits I'd done before. Time management and communication, you'll hear this from everybody, but they're very important. You are in essence your team's second eyes, second ears, and second pair of hands. Constantly just being on top of things subconsciously is really, really important. Like, what time does everybody need to be on set? People on set, are they going to get back for lunch? Do I need to go and get that for them? Do we need to sort of start organising these sorts of things to make the call in the morning? You can see your boss looking for a product. You know your boss well enough to know what she's looking for, you find it. Like, doing all these things proactively without not always being asked is quite important as well. Being able to read a room is very important. Like, learning, I'm going to go to. If you've got a quiet day on the truck or in your crowd room, being able to say, okay, people aren't busy and they're also not doing other things that I'm going to interrupt. Go up and ask, watch what you were doing this morning. Are you able to show me how you did that? Because I couldn't really see from what I was doing. People will most of the time, if they're not busy, be more than willing to teach you. Everyone's learning. You never stop learning on this job. People like to show their skills and things like that. So no matter who you work with, it's always so important to constantly be watching other people and seeing what they're doing, how they do things differently to others, and picking up what tips work best for you is really important. The thing I found most important is looking after yourself. Very important. Not only your internal health and making sure you drink enough and eat enough, and like if you're stood up for ages, you have a little sit down, that sort of thing, but your back is so important in life anyway, but especially for me in this job. Like, I carry a lot of kit around, having to set up crowd rooms. You're transporting people's kit boxes and their suitcases back and forth, up and downstairs with help, but it is a lot for your body. Like, we might be young and fit, that's debatable, but take care of your body. If you stood up all day on set, have a little stretch, take a little walk for a minute. If you get home after a long day, after you've had a bath, do a little bit of yoga, have a little stretch before you get into bed. It's so important to be aware of your body before you burn out and get poorly and hurt yourself in the middle of a job. It's not good, it's not ideal. So you just, all the time anyway, we should always be watching ourselves and looking after ourselves, but it's so important in this job because this pays the bills. You need to keep yourself in the best condition you can to be able to work, you know. And lastly, on tips things, just to appreciate the surroundings you're in. We're in a very unique position in the job that we do to see or be places and see buildings that we'd never be able to see in any other job in the world. We are so lucky to do what we do, to just take your mind out of the task at hand just for a second. If it's not that nothing's gonna go wrong if you just defocus for a second and just look around. I'll be so engrossed in like the monitors, and I'll look up and there'll be like a 10-foot painting that's 300 years old. Like, just take that in. We're so lucky. We've worked really hard to be where we are, and we're going to continue working hard. Appreciate it for a minute. Some tips for whilst we're indoors. First of all, not before I say like you need to be doing all these things, productivity is not a race. We're in strange times right now, and it can seem a lot and quite overwhelming for some. You don't need to be constantly creating and doing and making. You can take time to relax. You can take time to step back and do things that aren't to do with work or to do with being creative. Just look after yourself for one, but when you do feel like doing things, here's some things I can recommend. If you're already a trainee or if you've already had experience, I'm taking the time to fix my CV. I've been working for 8 months and haven't had a chance to look at it in a while, so I'm having a little rejig, which is quite nice because we've got time to make it really cool, ready for when we're back to work, and it's perfect. Send to people. Research. Got loads of time. We usually work so much and are so busy, we don't actually get to watch and appreciate the things that we do. So like, if you have a favourite designer, IMDb them and have a look through their work and what their strong suit is, and just use the time to learn off your own accord, like the things that you feel like you need to be better in or to know more about. Artists are all indoors and they all want to use their creative juices. With social media, they're doing tutorials and Q&As, and like Chrissy's doing Q&As with Peter. Ask questions if there's things you don't know and you really want to know. Now is the time to ask the professionals the good questions, you know? Books, the internet. We have so much to our disposal. I know we can't go outside, but there's so much on our technology that we can have a look at and explore, and it's really, really helpful to be alive in this day and age and to have it so easy. Play with product. You've got all this. Have a go. It's an art form. It can be a mess. Things might not work. Products might not work with other products. Now's the time to play around with them. Thank you for watching. If you've got this far, I'm sorry. I spoke too much. If anyone has any questions, you can message me. You can also message Peter and Zaritza at the Academy, or send in questions for Chrissy to answer in her Q&As, because she is the wealth of knowledge. Thank you. Stay safe, stay healthy, and stay inside.